All right. I've pretty much drank all of my whiskey before the episode has even started. So we're going to see how that turns out for everybody. I'm sorry I'm a little late today, Al. I was busy fending off an internet troll on Instagram, which you told.
It's okay, but you gotta relax with those trolls. You know, they do it for a reason.
I know. I mean, it happens, and I'm sure it'll continue to happen, and whatever. But sometimes it's like I'm petty. Like I'm a fire sign, and I'm petty. So like first I'll see it, and I'll be like, okay, whatever. I don't really care. Like I'm gonna be the bigger person, and then like if I see somebody like upvote the shitty comment, or somebody like go back and write something, I'm like, oh no, like now I'm ready to brawl. Like I'm,
You know what I do? Because I get a lot of trolls personally. And I write my reaction, and then I delete it, just like what Oprah says.
Oh my God, you're such a nice. See, like because that's because you're a nice person. You're a nice person. You're a pacifist. Like you're a Libra. I wouldn't expect anything less of you. But I'm that's me. I think this is probably part of the reason why I like things like MMA, and I like to see people like I like things that are a little bit violent because that's my personality. Like somebody says something to me and I'll let it go the first time, and then the second time, like I'm ready to brawl. Like I wish these people said shit to me in person because it would be like a totally different story. Because that's the other thing is everybody's just like a keyboard warrior because nobody cares what they say online because it's not face to face. But
was this person a real person? Like did they have like a full profile?
I think so. I mean, it was on private and they only had like 100 followers, and their like profile picture was like them trying on a coat in like a department store fitting room, which is like hysterical because it's like basically what you're telling us is that like you couldn't afford it and you couldn't buy it, but you were willing to snap a pic in the dressing room and just so you could have a picture in said coat.
Well, what did the guy say? Can we say?
Yeah, well, first he just was like, I made a comment about Dana White, which I obviously things can get misconstrued, but I said that Dana White looked like Mr. Clean at the press conference because he's a bald, muscly guy, and he had on like a white, like a tight white t-shirt. So I was like, oh, he looks like Mr. Clean. Now, in my mind, Mr. Clean is hot. So I thought I was paying him a compliment / making a joke. So I commented that on like MMA Junkie's post. And then some other guy commented beneath me and was like, your body has more plastic than the ocean. And I was like, first of all, that's not even true. But second of all, like, what are you, like Dana White's fucking side piece? Like you got to come in and defend him?
Well, hey, maybe it was a compliment, just like yours. Maybe he thinks plastic is a good look, and he's complimenting your plastic.
That's kind of what I thought, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, so I commented back at him and I said like, dude, I used a coupon to pay for a Wendy's chicken sandwich last week. I wish I had the money to get plastic surgery, but I don't, which is true. I wish I had money to get all this shit, but I don't.
It's expensive. Like it is like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Hell, why don't you see any, like, you don't see broke people looking like that? There's a reason, because that shit's expensive. So then, like, so I say that to him, like, kind of giving him, like, an opportunity to, like, dial it back or say whatever. But instead, he basically lists every part on my face. He was like, your nose, your cheeks, your face shape, your lips, your boobs say otherwise. And I'm like, again, like kind of flattered that you think all of this is like, was paid for, that you think it looks that good that it couldn't be real. But that's honestly not the truth. So, and also like, you don't fucking like, you're looking at my Instagram. You have no idea. So I don't know. He just was like a loser. And then like other people started commenting, and then they were like upvoting my comments. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I mean,
yeah, no, the internet's gross. I've seen it get worse. I've seen people get mean, really mean.
Yeah.
And it's, why? What does that do for you?
I don't know. It kind of backfired because honestly, like after like this whole exchange took place, I got all these follows from some guys, and then I had like people messaging me being like, don't take what he said to heart. There's a lot of misogyny like in the MMA community, and like a lot of guys being cool after the fact. So I'm like, okay, there's hope, like it could have been worse. But yeah, the internet, speaking of the internet being a weird place. So, I recently like signed up for Tinder just to kind of see, because I was on Hinge and I was like, oh, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. So I'm like, let me go on Tinder and see what it's all about. Talk about a minefield of a dating app. Are you on Tinder or have you been on Tinder, Al?
I have been on Tinder. I am no longer on Tinder because you gotta realize Tinder is for the sexy people, and that's the truth. And we're in Hollywood. It's for the people that want to hook up and fuck. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of a let's talk for a while. Let's meet up for for a drink after a while, and that's not what Tinder's about.
No, you're like a sweetie. No, I get it. No, this was like, I don't know, man. It's just a really interesting place. And I've noticed that I am like a hot commodity for couples looking to have threesomes. Like, I have been super liked by more couples than anybody else. It's like,
that's interesting.
Yeah. And I was like, I wonder, what that says about me. Like, I know I kind of look like a blow-up doll. So I guess it's sort of like if you're going to have a threesome, it's like you want the thing that looks like you bought it from the adult store, which would be me. So I get it, Yeah,
I mean, they wanted an attractive woman. Usually it's going to be a woman, right, that's going to join a couple. Usually a couple doesn't get a guy.
I would say usually not, but I'm sure that there are people that are into that. Like, I think it exists. But I think, statistically, I think it's probably more often than not they're looking for a woman. And so,
right, and they want an attractive woman. So, did they offer you something? They just said hello. How does that work?
Well, I haven't messaged any of them because I haven't matched. I can only see that they super liked me. So, and I keep saying no, and then they keep coming back up in my feed. So I guess they just keep liking me, and it's just like this weird, like it just doesn't stop. And then I also realized that, like a lot of women who are looking to experiment. And like, because it'll like their profile will say something like, oh, I have a boyfriend, or like I'm in an open relationship or whatever, but like looking to have fun on the side with a girl. And I also get a lot of those super likes. So again,
have you ever been tempted?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I think, me personally, I think that sexuality is like a spectrum. And so I wouldn't be opposed like to trying it out. I don't think I could ever like be in love with a woman. Like, I think if I were with a woman, it would just purely be like sexual, experimentation, having fun. But I wouldn't say that I'm not open to it. That's, that wouldn't bother me. And then like even the couple thing, I was like, I don't really know if I want to do that, but I'm also living in LA and I have no family. So they could kind of be like a pseudo family for me in some sick sexual way. Like, it could be like, yeah, like we fuck, but also I go over there for Thanksgiving. Like it could be like a win-win. It could be worse. Could be worse.
What if they're kind of old? What if it's like a 60-year-old couple?
No, because you're not looking for, if you're 60, you're not looking for like a fuck, you're looking for a nurse. I'm not down for that. Like young couples only. But I got to be honest with you, like the two profiles that keep super liking me, or like two of them, they're verified, meaning that they've verified their pictures with Tinder, so you know that the profile is real. And both couples are hot. Like, not like, oh yeah, they're good looking. Like, they're fucking hot. So
you gotta be hot to do something like that. You can't be an ugly couple and then solicit an attractive woman. That just doesn't work.
I mean, I guess, but, and I have to say, like, again, from the pictures, they have like a nice house and a barbecue set up. So I'm like, God, here I am in my studio apartment. Like, maybe I should just do it, just again, so I could have some place to go and hang out for the holidays. Cause
you like barbecue.
I like barbecue. Yeah. And with coronavirus, with the pandemic, like, who knows if I'll be home for the holidays. So I better get my shit lined up. One way or another. So I'll have to say to my family.
They probably get you a good gift. They probably get you like an iPad.
Mm-hmm. No, sorry, I was like slamming whiskey. I just typical Sunday. No, it wouldn't have been like, it won't be the worst deal in the world. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But what else? Threesomes. I'm gonna ask a really personal question, and you can plead the fifth.
Okay.
Have you ever had a threesome?
No, not even close. Like,
really?
That idea, it seems so like fairy tale to me. I mean, of course, every guy fantasizes about it, but no, I have not come close to a threesome. No.
Well, you know what the problem is with you is like you're such a nice guy that I think that if you were having sex with two girls, it would be too stressful for you because you would be worried that you weren't giving. You'd be worried that you weren't giving one enough attention. And then, like, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be, like, servicing one and then being like, oh, fuck, maybe this one's feeling lonely. And then you keep flip-flopping back and forth.
I wish I was that hospitable. I'm not.
I feel like that's why. I feel like that's why you haven't had a threesome. Like, you just want to be able to give somebody your all, you know? You don't want to be given half and half to two chicks.
No, the opportunity doesn't come to men that often. And the few friends that have said they've had threesomes, I don't believe them, honestly. I think a lot of guys lie.
Oh my God, wait, I was just going to say that. Me too. I was just going to say that every heterosexual male that I've ever, except for you, honestly, that I've ever brought this up to is like, well, of course I've had a threesome. And I'm like, have you? Have you, Brian?
Yeah,
I doubt you have. Like, no, stop. So, yeah, I think the guys definitely lie because I think it's one of those things like amongst bros where it's like if you haven't had one, it's like, oh shit, like I'm not in the threesome club. So you kind of feel like it's like American Pie. Like they all kind of lie about how much they've done so they don't get shown up in front of their guys. But yeah, I don't know. I do know that like not necessarily threesomes, but I do think that more girls have hooked up with other girls, like experimented that are like then are willing to say so. Like some people are really open about it and other people are like, oh no, I've never done that. And I'm like, there's no way. Like there's no way you haven't dipped one toe in the lady pond. There's no way.
Well, let me ask you, how far have you gone with a woman?
Pretty far. Pretty far.
Have you had sexual relations with a woman?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, because I mean, I would like, what's sex between two women, right?
So, I mean,
well,
you know.
All right, maybe hold on. Let's dial it back a second because my family might unearth this video. But I would say that yes, I have. It was only.
Wow, I didn't know that about you. Wow.
Yeah, it was just one time. But. And so, like I said, like it's not like I do think sexuality is a spectrum, and so I just tried it out. It's not like I was like super into it, but I would try it again. You know, like that's
now. Have you ever had a threesome?
No, that I've never done, which might surprise people. For me, okay,
now,
and here's the thing:
you would prefer a threesome with what type of gender? Like all three girls, a guy, a girl. What do you think? Two guys?
No, oh my God, that's like a lot of dick. No. I mean, no shame though, no shame to anybody who's into that. But I think for me, it would be a guy and a girl, and I would have to be like the third, because my man is not fucking anybody else. That's not allowed. How dare he? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet, and you want another girl? Absolutely not. No. So if I'm going to try to have a threesome, it has to be, like, I have to be, like, the gift. Like, I have to be the add-on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like when you're, like, shopping online, and then, like, you go to check out, and they're like, did you forget to add something? It's like, I'm the something. That's me. It's not my cart, it's somebody else's cart, and they're gonna snag me at the end, like at the end of like a drunken night. That's how it's gonna work. But yeah, I mean, I get like, I don't know, there are certain things that I'm like, you probably should just try in life before you get married, you know? And that's one of them. Like heroin, like you should never try that. Like that's something that you can just bypass. But like a threesome, I feel like everybody talks about it. I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm just sitting here right now thinking like, oh my God, like my mom might listen to this and she's going to kill me. But I mean,
earmuffs, mom. Earmuffs.
Yeah, earmuffs, mom. They definitely can't listen to this one. Well, like I said, it's not like I've done it before. I'm just saying that like, I kind of feel like it's something I should do when I'm older.
Yeah. Maybe you should respond to one of these messages.
Yeah. Just like, hey, I'm looking for a family. Like we'll trade sex for Christmas Eve dinner. Like that's where I'm at right now. So
you've also, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but you've also been, messaged by sugar daddies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been messaged by, that's been going on for a long time. Guys guys who are sugar daddies, or who want to take care of a woman. Sorry, I'm like plucking hair off my boob. Yeah, guys who are sugar daddies will message me. And I've never had that kind of a relationship. And I also am like, I'm not naive about a lot of things, but I am naive about stuff like that because they'll say things to me and like, I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I shouldn't say I've never been in a relationship like that because one time I was dating this guy when I was working in New York, living in New Jersey. I started dating this guy. And like he was like a businessman who would fly in and out. He wasn't in New York all the time. So whenever he came into town, like I would see him. And I didn't think anything was wrong with that. And then the first time that we went out, though, he brought me Chanel earrings. And I was like,
wow. I
didn't know how to react. Like, I guess not a lot, but I guess some women would be like so excited. And I was like confused. I was like, what? Like, I'm like, I don't even know you. Like, why are you giving this to me? And he's like,
how old was this guy?
Like in his early 40s.
Ooh, yeah. So yeah, that's a sugar daddy move right there.
Yeah. And I'm like, my dumbass. I'm like, oh, like, and then like he felt awkward and I was like, no. And then I felt bad. So I was like, no, it's fine. But in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I can't even believe like, because I've also experienced like the opposite end of the spectrum. Like I've dated guys who want to go Dutch with you on the first date. So it's like a big jump to go from that to like a dude showing up with designer earrings. You know what I mean? Like I was like, wait, like what are we doing here?
Did you accept the earrings?
Well, yeah, after, but I was like, I still felt weird about it. I was just like, I actually told him, I'm like, please, I'm like, this is really sweet. I'm like, but please don't do this again because it was weird. So.
Well, I tell you one thing, and I know it's different, but if a 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old lady messages me on Tinder or brings me a golden watch, I am accepting it.
Hell, yeah, this was like one of our first episodes when we discussed Genie Bus. Like
that's right. Oh, dude,
if a good-looking older rich woman
relationship.
Yeah, if a good-looking older rich woman wants to date you, like I'm like, what are you waiting for? Like, plus their experience in the bedroom. And with modern technology, like, even an old woman can have a tight vagina. They just have to have, like, that, like, now they have, like, that weird, like, cattle prod thing that, like, goes up your vagina and shocks you.
I mean, make it loose. That's part of it. It's part of the experience.
Oh, my God, no. Like a wind sleeve or wind sock? No, wizard sleeve. Wizard sleeve. Wind sock, wizard sleeve. No, no.
Something like that.
I mean,
I would love that. Dolly Parton, is she married? I feel like she'd be a great sugar mama.
She is married, but oh my God, wouldn't she be the best? Dude, I would be her sugar mama if she wanted me to. Like, I would pay her. She is so amazing. And that is exactly who I want to be when I get older. Like,
Dolly Parton?
Hell to the yeah, dude. Like, she is, how old is she? I'm looking it up right now.
She has to be late 60s, early 70s, I'd imagine.
Hang on, I'm looking. She's 74. Okay, Dolly Parton is 74 years old, and she still looks like she is going to Vegas every time she's out in public. Like,
yeah, but she does look like a 70-year-old with a lot of plastic surgery. She doesn't look like, a lot of people say, wow, she's 70, that's surprising. It's not that surprising with her. She does look old. Yeah,
but it doesn't even, like, to me, it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm just, like, I'm so impressed that she no, but she does look good in the sense that, like, she has these huge boobs and a tiny waist. Like, her body is still kicking. Like, I know what you're saying. Like, she looks like she's had a lot of work done, and, like, she wears that like a badge of honor, but she still looks hot, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd fuck her. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I'm going to be like.
Not because she's just Dolly Parton, too, because I'd probably fuck Dolly Parton if she was 700 pounds.
You're like, really, like, at any age, at any weight, any time of the year, I'm fucking Dolly Parton.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, who wouldn't? She's amazing. And she's a really nice person, too. I feel like those people automatically should get, like, a leg up in society.
That's what everyone says, but I have a feeling, I have a hunch that she might be a little bit of a bitch.
Really? I think you've told me that before, but I've never heard that. Actually...
No, this is not coming from anywhere. This is just my senses.
What I've heard from, like, some people, like, some of the insiders is that she's, like, there's been a long-standing rumor that she's a lesbian. and that
I can see that.
and that her best friend that travels with her, it's kind of like the whole like Oprah Gayle thing, that her best friend that travels with her is actually her lover of like however many years, and that her husband is like a beard. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying that I've heard that rumor before.
Classic Aaron Rodgers, Danica Patrick syndrome.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Which is like another whole. We could do. I'm not going to talk about it in this episode, but we could do a whole episode on people in Hollywood who are like secretly homosexuals.
Let's do it. Let's expose them.
Expose them. Well, I don't want to gay bash because it's not about that, but I'm just like, statistically speaking, there have to be more gay people in Hollywood, in sports, like in music, like
absolutely,
right?
100%, yes.
So I think a lot of people are still closeted for like a lot of different reasons, but I've heard that rumor, or I've heard rumors like that about a few people consistently. And I'm just like, again, I don't have a problem with it. I just feel like you should be who you are. Like, it's 2020. Who gives a fuck? Like, if Dolly Parton wants to go down on some woman, who cares? I'm still gonna be a fan. Like, who cares? So
yeah, we're running on 22 minutes here, but like a Nathan Lane, who's in his 60s and he's still in the closet. Like, it's obvious he's gay.
Wait, he is still in the closet? He's very gay.
He won't publicly say that he's gay.
Oh, for God's sakes! I mean, come on. And like all the mysteries in the world, that ain't one of them, honey. We know which team you're batting for, and it's fine. Like, just be you. In 2020, like, who? I mean, actually, too. And I know we're running out of time, so I'll wrap it up. But I feel like out of all the years that you can come out, like in 2020, this is the year. There's so much other shit going on. If you want to drop a bomb of any sort, this is the year to do it, because it'll be in the news cycle for 48 minutes, and then we'll be on to the next crazy thing. Like, why wouldn't you do it? So
Walter Mercado, he died in the closet. You don't want to be like Walter Mercado.
Oh my God, I love Walter Mercado. No, but God, rest in peace, Walter. Especially because I have like my Puerto Rican hair going today. I feel like I'm channeling Walter in so many ways. He's living through me. All right, so I think that's about it for this week. I think we basically covered threesomes, but that's okay. You know, quick and easy.
I think that's what people want to hear. To be honest, that's what people want to hear.
I know. I keep trying to be like a little bit intellectual here and there, and then I'm just like, every time I do, it like backfires. I'm like, okay, like, you want the dirty shit? Like, I'll give you the dirty shit. That's fine. So it is what it is. But do you have any final thoughts before we close?
Guys, be more truthful about your relationships with threesomes. All
right. Yeah. And if any rich people in LA are looking to have a threesome and also want to invite me over for Christmas and Thanksgiving dinner, also consider being more honest about that, because as of right now, and Al has to be allowed to come too.
Yes.
Not for the sex, but for the dinner. He doesn't have to be involved for the sex, but he does have to come for the dinner. So
I mean, I'd like to watch the sex. I can stay in the corner.
Oh, for God's sakes. Now it's a whole thing. It's a whole production. See, it's already too much work. All right, I think that's it for this week, but Al and myself and the twins send you love, wealth, health, happiness, all that shit, all that good shit. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later.